Hey, one factory into this morning's video. It's Monday@GasWeatherPiece.com, which means only one thing. It's Europe Day. Every Monday at GasWeatherPiece, you have a look at weather for the coming week across the continent. And today is no exception. Didn't do it last week because I was busy getting the winter forecast together. But it's back this week, and we're having a look what the weather is going to be doing across Europe for the coming week. Now, before I get on with that, just want to say about the ads. There's links to articles on most pages at GasWeatherPiece.com. Have a browse through widgets. Anything interesting, just click through. The website we're using for European Outlook, it's westcentral.de. Find links to that on my links page. So let's get on with it. And this is the situation across Europe today. I've got the area of high pressure in the Atlantic reaching in from the Azores in towards western parts of Europe. This deep area of low pressure developing off the southern coast of Greenland. That'll be an important player later in the week. Pretty chilly winds extending through many central and northern and western parts of Europe just at the moment. Quite unsettled as well. We've got these troughs of low pressure elongated down through Scandinavia in towards central parts of the Mediterranean. Having a look at the upper air temperatures, quite cold air is dug in through the British Isles and into northern parts of France, and extends into the North Sea as well. And then going eastwards about pretty chilly through Germany in towards Poland. Not actually that cold across Scandinavia just at the moment. I think more cold air will be piling in. The warmest air, of course, is through the Mediterranean and going up into the east and west of Europe. The dew points show that we've got dew points below freezing for any central and northern parts of the UK, also into parts of Ireland as well. Sub-zero dew points across Scandinavia, so despite the fact the upper air temperatures aren't all that cold, but dew points are a lot colder up there. It is cold enough for any precipitation to be falling as snow. And generally, really from Germany eastwards, those dew points now are below freezing. Remember, when the dew points are below freezing, that generally is a good reflection of where you're going to have rain turning to snow. So we've got this band of rain here moving in towards Norway. That'll be turning increasingly to snow coming down the North Sea in towards the Low Countries, which are France, northern Spain. That's pushing eastwards all the time. We'll be getting into Germany as well through the course of this evening and overnight tonight. It could turn increasingly to snow as it moves into the central parts of Europe, and certainly to sleet or snow. And then got heavy showers extending down through the Mediterranean around Corsica and Sardinia into the central pole of the Med, and then going eastwards in towards the southeast of Europe, where we've got some very heavy showers and thunderstorms across parts of Greece and Turkey. Excuse me, in particular. And then going northwards, we've got some light snow across eastern parts of Scandinavia, around Finland, and coming down into those northeastern countries of Europe. The temperatures today, sub-zero up to the far northeast. Pretty cold for most places, really, just 1, 2, 3 degrees from Germany into Poland. The warmest weather is out in the west, if you can call it that. It's not particularly warm even there. France, up to around 7, 8 degrees. UK, around 5 or 6 degrees, as is Ireland. And of course, the Mediterranean, temperatures are still holding up quite nicely there. Now, as we move through into the middle of the week, we're going to find this very deep storm system developing to the north of Scotland, bringing severe gales to northern parts of the United Kingdom and into Scandinavia as well, also battering parts of Northern Ireland. High pressure is ridging in down to the southwest of Europe, and then we've got that area of low pressure in the southeast, still producing, no doubt, some showers or thunderstorms there. Quite cool air being dug in with that deep storm system, so although it's all Atlantic based, the air is sweeping in off the Atlantic through into many central and northern parts of Europe, actually going into Scandinavia. The air with that is relatively calm, to be honest, but warmest upper air temperatures are down through the Mediterranean. The dew points show that we've got sub-zero dew points through many eastern parts of Europe, also around Scandinavia, also coming into the United Kingdom and Ireland. So generally quite a cold scene, really, for most parts of the continent through the middle of the week. Quite unusually, with such a strong westerly, you don't often see the dew points as cold as that, so it just is a reflection of how chilly, really, the air is being brought in with that area of low pressure. So lots of heavy showers up here in the northwest of Europe. Many of these will be wintry, particularly going into Scandinavia. Significant snow probable through parts of Norway and Sweden, and going eastwards of that in towards the Baltic, and then going up towards Finland as well. There will be some heavy sleet or snow coming through, mainly snow through the middle of the week. Wintry showers through the United Kingdom into Ireland, and also outbreaks of quite heavy rain extending down into northern parts of Spain, going through France, and that could turn a little bit wintry as it comes up through Germany. Then a drier slot through much of the Mediterranean until we get to the southeast, where we've got these heavy showers and thunderstorms still going on to the southeast of Italy, and more snow throws then as you edge back northwards into the northeast of Europe. Temperatures through the middle of the week show that we're chilly in the west, but coldest temperatures actually in central eastern parts of Europe, where they're barely above freezing from Germany eastwards. Most places staying at or below freezing all day. Very cold up in the northeast of Europe there. Around Ukraine, for instance, we're just seeing maximums of -4 or -5 degrees. The end of the week brings cold air back down into west of Europe as that low pressure shifts eastwards in towards Scandinavia. The cold northerlies are beginning to dig back through the United Kingdom in towards northern parts of France as well. Quite windy here through central parts of Europe as this low pressure is pushing eastwards. Upper air temperatures show that slightly milder airs coming out of Mediterranean in through southern parts of France and Germany into the south of Poland as well. It's cooler out to the northwest and cold air digging into the United Kingdom and into Ireland as well. Let's have a look at dew points so we can see that many eastern parts of Europe will be sub-zero with those dew points once again into the last days of the week. Bitterly cold through Scandinavia, cold as well through the UK and Ireland. Relatively mild with the dew points at 6 o'clock in the evening on Friday across northern France, but that cold air will even start to dig in there, I think, as we go into next weekend. And as I say, generally it is quite a chilly week coming up, really, for many parts of Europe. The rainfall, so I've got heavy rain here extending through northern Spain, through the Bay of Biscay into France, and then going northwards in towards Germany, on in towards northern Poland, and then northwards of that in towards the Baltic. And of course, the further north and east you go with that, the more it turns to sleet or snow. But it should be rain through France and down into northern parts of Spain. Most of the Mediterranean dry, as is most of East Europe. Of course, cold in the east of Europe. There'll be a lot of frost, but shouldn't be too frosty. Should be frosty at all, really, through the Mediterranean. And then behind that band of wet weather through Central Europe, we've got these heavy showers coming back in to the northwest, and maybe will be turning increasingly wintry again, particularly for Scotland running down the North Sea, possibly for Denmark and parts of Scandinavia as well. Temperatures at the end of the week show it's still a cold scene, with most places just in low single figures, 3, 4, 5 degrees. Warmer for the west of France. They could be up to 11 to 13, 13 being 55 Fahrenheit, but generally quite a chilly scene, although those sub-zero temperatures in the northeast Europe actually being pushed back a little bit by those westerly winds. As we move through into next weekend, another change because it turns milder again from the west, and milder air start to push into west of Europe with those winds backing into westerlies. At the same time, it's probably turning colder across Scandinavia. This area of low pressure could bring some heavy showers or thunderstorms across Italy. Having a look at the upper air temperatures, we see that the coldest air across the northwest Europe is actually being pushed into central parts. It's fairly warm with the upper air temperatures anyway in the east of Europe. May not be in terms of the surface level. We'll have a look at the dew points in a moment, and it's warming up a little bit out in the west as those westerly winds do push in. The dew points show that it's sub-zero through most parts of Europe, particularly central east areas, also across Scandinavia. Bitterly cold air digging in to Scandinavia, could be a lot of snow there. Out to the west of Europe though, it is turning a little bit milder, and the UK. So all of this precipitation across Scandinavia will be heavy snow, and that'll back down into parts of Denmark as well, probably. But as we get through towards the United Kingdom and Ireland, it turns back towards rain, and that'll be rain pushing in across western parts of France as well. Then it's drier through these central areas, but that low pressure across Italy could be producing some very heavy rain, thunderstorms, longer spells of rain through Italy over the Adriatic in towards the Balkans. That could turn to sleet or snow, of course, as we get over towards the Balkans and it starts to engage that air. The dew points show that for many parts it's still pretty cold actually going through to next weekend, although it is turning a little bit milder out in the west. So overall, despite that, quite an unusual week this, despite that having generally a pretty westerly week at there, with a lot of Atlantic influences, it's cold. So that's unusual. That's an unusual combination. You don't always see that. Even in the depths of winter, actually, you don't always see it to this extent. So quite a cold week coming up with westerly or northwesterly winds. winds, all the rainfall and all the action is in the northwest really, but there will be snow in places because the air is going to be quite cold. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.